wondered how I actually do your readings? Because I know I want to know. I want to know, how does this actually work? So we haven't met yet. I'm Linda. I'm a psychic Venus spiritual advisor. I've been doing readings for 30 years. I was born with this gift. So it's not something I went to school to learn or anything like that. I didn't have to unlock some magic door. It is just something that is natural and comes easy for me. But it doesn't always come easy for a lot of other people. And so you definitely want to be careful when you are booking sessions with people. You want to make sure this is actually something that they can do. It's not something they woke up one day and were like, I'm going to do readings for people. It's not something they went to be a psychic in 30 days over the weekend. It's not learn tarot and then do all this money. It is a gift from God. It is something that was given to me, and it's something that I take very seriously and I share with people, because my role is to help take away that fear and to really help you live your best life. And how I do that is I connect with your spirit team. So your spirit team consists of your soul, who you are. That is who you are at the core, not this outer physical shell. Your soul is the most important part of who you are. I connect with your spirit guides. So that includes your main spirit guide and sometimes those specialists that come in, and we talk to your loved ones, because let's get real, sometimes our spirit guides are a little cold and we actually need more love and support versus just go do what I tell you to do, because that's really what your spirit guide does. It says, this is the way you got to go, and they're very adamant about it. Your loved ones are the ones that are really going to give you that emotional support that you're looking for. So I will talk to them. But the best part is your life map. Now, some people might call them Akashic records. They might call them other things. I call it your life map, because let's get real. We need a map to get through here. Most people think that your timeline is straight, right? Birth, death, and we walk along this path. But get ready to have your minds blown, because your timeline has never been a straight path, and it never will be. Take a look at the sample. This is just a sample. I'm not going to show you somebody's actual map, because that would just be rude. This is a sample of what a life map will look like. Totally different than what you thought, right? So let's just dive in a little bit so that you really truly understand what's happening, because I want you to step into that driver's seat of your life. I don't want you to continue to just take whatever the universe throws at you. I want to help you step into your best life. And doing that means you get to take a look at your life map. And this is what I look at when I am doing a reading for you. So I will figure out from the day that we talk. So I don't need to know your past. It's behind us. It does not matter what happened to you 3 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 10 years ago. It does not matter. That is in the past. We want to focus on where you have control. You have no control over that. It's done. It's over with. So we start with right now, from today. And then we have your path here. Most people, if I'm going to be honest, stay on the same life path. They don't change paths. They don't change, if you want to call them timelines. They usually just follow one continuous path over and over again, because they're not really willing to actually do the changes necessary. Now, when I talk about your path, and we're just going to talk about this part here, this is where you're at. Now, this is life, everyday life. Now, it does not mean things are not happening. There can be deaths, there can be car accidents, there could be job opportunities, there could be new love in this section. But when we get to this crossroads here, that's where things get exciting, because that's when you have an opportunity to change paths, to jump timelines to somewhere different, to a better way. Now, here's the kicker. It's usually not this big life-changing moment, earth-shattering. It's not. Sometimes it's like, you know what? I'm not going to go to work today. I don't feel well. Sometimes that's all it takes to completely change your path and where you're going in life. Sometimes it's, I'm not going to respond to that text. Sometimes it's big things like car accidents, fires, death. Sometimes it is. And those are really, really hard for us to walk through. But the control is there. So we write our entire life from start to finish before we come here. And here's the best part. Think of it as a game, or a choose your own adventure book, where you get to go along, you roll the dice, and you're like, okay, what's happening next? I want you to get excited, because your soul designed this with the help of your spirit team and all the people in your life. They're like, okay, what do we want to happen? And so we have all these options. You roll the dice and you're like, okay, I'm going this way. This is where I have to go now. 6 steps forward. So we want you to really, truly enjoy that process. What's the best way to get to the end? What is the most exciting, most growing, most happy, most loving way to get to the end of this game, to be the winner? Because when you pass, you've won the game of life. So you get to pick. So you get to these points where you can veer off into these different directions, these challenges, obstacles, opportunities that present themselves for you. That's where these are, right here for you. So they're really, really important, because that's where your life changes. Now, I often say, if you look here, there's a cluster here and there's a lot of clusters here. That means you're not in alignment with your best life possible. If you are sitting in obstacle and stress and pain, and change is constantly happening, you're all in this circle of go, 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 and it's not getting better, it's because you're not walking in alignment. Because your aligned path, the one that's going to bring you the most joys, the most successes, the most love, the most everything that you possibly want, are when you walk along the paths that have the least amount of changes, the least amount of obstacles. Now, you can always get back. You're going to have to hit other obstacles to get there, but the least path of resistance. Life is happening. This isn't boring, because I was talking to a client. She's like, well, doesn't that mean life's just boring? And it's like, well, maybe it is for somebody who loves drama and stress and pain and suffering. Maybe that's boring for them. But for me, I'm going to take the trips, the money, the experiences, the friendships, the joy. So I want to take it the least obstacle path possible. And I'm going to get all the way to the end, to my life. Now, you see, it doesn't matter if where you go, you're always going to end up at the end. You're always going to get there no matter what. You can't mess that up. But this is your fifth last exit point. This is the last moment you can go home. In here, you probably have some other exit points, because we each get 5. We have 5 exit points. Some of us use them all really, really early in life. We use them when we're born and we just struggle to thrive and get going. And you become that miracle child and things are going really good. Other people, they use a lot of their exits at the end. They get old and elderly and sick. And then other people, they're just kind of sprinkled out throughout those near misses. I know for myself, I had an exit point when I was in the car with my husband, and instantly I knew, I just broke down sobbing. My whole life flashed before my eyes. So there are those in there. So we want to avoid those if we want to be here the longest. But we want to really just take the best path possible. So this is what I look at when I am doing your reading. So if we're here today, I'm going to look from here to here and see what is possible, what's coming up for you, what is ahead. And then when we get to here, those are those obstacles, those life-changing things. And I will share that with you. If you have one of these coming up, you want to know about it. You want to be really focusing on yourself and be like, what is it I want from life? What changes do I want to experience? What am I really wanting to create? That happens here. And I'm going to share those with you. These moments in here is life. It's what we're here for. So I don't want you to think, well, this is boring and I only want to focus on these, because those moments create who you are. It's what you've been here to do. Most of us, our purpose has nothing to do with our jobs. So you can take that off. Say, oh, okay, I don't have to worry about that. That's not even why I'm here. Jobs are great. Sometimes they are related, but not always. Not always. And so we will talk about those things in your session as well. So big things happen in a reading, but this is what I'm looking at when I do a session with you. And it's exciting and it is a little scary for some people, but that's why when you get to a new spot, let's say I did a reading for you and you're like, things didn't happen. It's like, because you went left instead of right, right? Maybe you got off this path, which is amazing, right? You changed path and you said, you know what? I want to go the easy route. I want to keep going. So you change things. So that's going to change absolutely everything that unfolds for you. You have all the control in your life, all of it. I just get to show you what's ahead on the path that you're on. When you change paths, when we go a different route, then we'll look at that one and say, okay, let's see. Did you avoid the car accident? Did you avoid the fire? Did you avoid the job loss? Amazing. Now, what is ahead for you on this path? That's how it works. You have all the control, but it's all written. I just get to read it. And that's an exciting thing for me, to be able to look at your life. It's a process. It's something I don't take lightly. It's something I love and I give a lot of respect. And I really keep the respect for you, keeping your life private. This is nobody else's business but yours. But these are some of the things we talk about. When I do a reading, whether it is in person, live on a Zoom, which is the best way to get your readings done because you can book them really, really quick. Or if we're just doing a quick few question reading, I will always make sure you get the information that you need, because there is zero point in you knowing anything that you can't change. If you can't change it or prepare for it, you don't need to know about it, because what happens is you become obsessed with that thought and you feel like you have to make that happen. So if you can't change it or alter it, you're not going to know it or prepare for it. If you can make something happen faster, if you need that push, maybe your spirit team is like, hey, she needs to do this now or she's going to lose that opportunity, then I'm going to share that with you. I'm only going to share death if it's something you need to know about. Like I said, you will obsess over it. Health, wellness, all that kind of stuff. The information I receive is to prepare you so you can say, hey, let's jump on this. Let's change this. I don't want to be sick in 20 years. So let's stop doing this now. So it's there to help you. Or, hey, I better get to the doctors because there's something going on. I thought there was, but I was trying to convince myself there wasn't. It really gives you insight into your relationships. So am I with that right person? One, if you're asking that question, you already know the answer. Let's be real. But when I work with your spirit team, they don't usually give me names. And I'm going to tell you why. I know a lot of Daves. There's a lot of Daves in this world. So if I get the name Dave, what if you latch on to this Dave, but it's this Dave over here that you needed? It was this one that was going to light up your life and rock your world. But this one was cuter and you had kind of attached yourself to that one. So I don't get names, but I do get markings and scars on people. So maybe this Dave has a red mark behind his left ear. This one doesn't. So that's how I can able to help you find that right person that's coming. Here's something else that people don't realize. In your path, you have more than one soulmate. There's billions of people in this world and you get one? That seems so ridiculous. So, depending on what path you take, is who you're going to be with. So, if you are in a relationship and it ends, don't beat yourself up. It just wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. It was not a mistake. You needed to be with that person to get to the next stage. So, remember that. You have gifts in everything that you experience, the good and the bad. So that is where readings come in. I will also get information for your loved ones here that maybe your family and friends need to be warned about. So that will come in. And then I invite any of your loved ones on the other side that want to communicate with you. Those people on your spirit team that are cheering you on, walking with you, protecting you, sending you those signs. If they have any messages, I'm going to pass them along. So that's what basically happens in a reading. I go down my list. I have a big list of things I like to cover in every reading. So I will go down that list, share everything that I pick up with you that you need to know, because let's be real, we don't need to know what we're having for breakfast tomorrow. That's mundane. We don't need to know the silly stuff, but there are those things that can change our path completely. And some of them are just really, really small, like maybe calling in sick for work. So we will talk about all of that, but the little stuff, not so important. So that's what happens in a reading. If you've ever wondered, and you ever wondered, like, what is she looking at? It's this. And then I am talking to your spirit team, because spirits are all around us all the time. They are constantly coming and going in throughout our day. And I help the ladies inside the circle really start to see and connect with their spirit team, because I would love nothing more than for you to not have to come to me for that information. I want you to be able to connect with those loved ones on your own. So inside the circle, not only do they get to learn how to connect with their soul, their source, their loved ones, their spirit guides, but they also get that unlimited support. So if you're booking a reading, that's a one and done, right? I give you your reading, we're done. Inside the circle, it's ongoing support. So when you have spiritual questions, when you have personal questions, you can reach out anytime. Get that one-on-one coaching you need. Maybe you need to really walk through a really difficult time in your life and you need support doing that. And that's what I'm there for. So it is that ongoing support. I talk about life, death, the other side. I make it easy. I make it make sense, and I make it enjoyable, and I make it safe. right? Because it's really important that we are doing things in a safe way. So that is what happens in the circle. We meet once a week, and then you can reach out to me literally at any time when you need that support. You can book one-on-one calls or just text me, message me, email me, and I will give you the help that you need at no extra cost. It literally is the best bang for your bucks. If you're ever thinking, you know what, I am ready to level up, I am being called towards a more spiritual path, but I don't know what that looks like without religion and church and all that kind of stuff. What does a spiritual path look like? We will work together one on one to figure that out for you and help you really start connecting with that team of support that you have. So that is what happens inside the circle. I know a lot of people are like, what is it? I talk about it all the time, but they don't know what it is. So it is exactly that: group coaching and personal mentoring and psychic in your pocket, basically. You can pick up your phone and message me when you need help. So that's what that is. But if you are here just for the readings, this is what you get. This is what you get. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions about readings or the circle, of course, feel free to reach out. I am always here for you. And if you would like to book a reading, lindablaze.com. There's a link. It is a live Zoom call. I prefer live Zoom calls. One, because I get to see you and talk to you, which is amazing. And I get to see and talk with your spirit team and really get those messages across. But it's quick and it's easy. Everybody's readings are different. You will get a recording of it after, which I think is super important because I talk really fast. I have to share the information as it's coming in. So I talk extremely fast. So you can go back and watch that and really grab onto the information that I share, but I don't set timelines. Now, I do reserve a full hour for absolutely everybody that books. That does not mean you're getting a full hour reading. It depends on the information I receive for you. Some of us don't have really interesting lives. We don't have a lot of changes. We don't have a lot of drama. So some of us don't need a full hour. Some of us just need 20 minutes, that check in to be like, okay, what's going on? What do I need to be aware of? Is my job okay? Is finances getting better? Is it getting worse? Am I getting hit? Like, what's happening? So they really do range. I don't set specific times because I'm not going to make something up to fill time. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time. We get right to the juice of it. I share it. You can ask as many questions as you want. So your reading might be 20 minutes. It might be a full hour. That depends on you, your questions, and what I receive. So I do not make a promise for that, but I do promise to share absolutely everything that you are allowed to know. And if you're not allowed to know it, they won't give it to me, and I will simply tell you, I don't know. I don't know. So that's how that works. So if you are interested in booking, go ahead, lindablaze.com, book your session, and the joining link for the circle is there as well. I highly encourage everybody to join the circle, obviously, but I would love to be able to help you really walk that more spiritually connected path. It is available to everyone, but sometimes we just need someone to walk alongside us, and that's what I'm here for. All right, guys, I love you. I am done. Have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to sit down and do a reading with you. Bye now.